is it as good as everyone says? Dune 2, my review. So I'm going to start out with saying it is damn good. It might be great. It might be one of the best sci-fi films ever made. So I will go with that. I might give them that. I don't think I like it more than Blade Runner 2049 of Denis Villeneuve's movies. That dude's going to go down in history as one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. I think him, Scorsese, Tarantino, one of my personal favorites, Robert Eggers, with his The Witch, The Northman, and The Lighthouse. Kubrick. But I think Villeneuve is up there. Look how shiny my lip is. So, this movie, cinematography, phenomenal. Sound, phenomenal. The score, so much better than the first score, because Dune 1 is good. I don't love Dune 1 at all. I didn't care for Paul Atreides in that movie. I didn't care for any of the characters. I thought the villains were really cool. And I hated the score. I hate the lady. This one has a much better score going throughout the movie. It's a much better score. It keeps getting better and better, so I very much enjoyed it. I think only cons, really. I mean, there's no real cons. I do think, and this is like a personal nitpicky thing for me, since there's a lot of famous people in this movie, it mildly takes me out of it because I keep thinking, I'm like, that's Zendaya. Every time I see Zendaya, I just think Zendaya. Like, I can't even remember her name. Her name is like Shawnee or something like that. And Austin Butler, I'm like, oh my god, that's Zoe's boyfriend from Zoe 101. That dude has climbed the ladder. How far he's gotten. Like, he's gonna go down, if he were to drop dead tomorrow, knock on wood. But that guy would have went from Zoe's boyfriend to starring like epic masterpieces. But this movie is a sci-fi epic. Like, an epic is like a journey. Like a journeyman. A guy starts out from the ground zero to all the way up the ladder, and you're just watching this epic tale that is almost biblical. And it does feel very biblical. It feels like Space Jesus. Warlord Jesus. But Timothy Chalamet, I'm like, this is the one time I loved him in a movie. He was killing it. He was on a killing spree in this movie. Love Josh Brolin. Con. Mild spoiler, not really a spoiler at all. It's not a plot spoiler. But it was something that was announced, advertised. So, Anya Taylor-Joy is in the movie for 2 seconds. Yeah. I was like, that's BS. False advertisement. This movie is long, but it feels like every minute is worth it. It adds to the story. Austin Butler's psychopath guy is phenomenal. I love this character. Bautista is the same thing in every movie. He's just some screaming brute. I love for him to get a different type of role. He's definitely typecast as, brute. This journey, this story is really epic, really dramatic. I felt like we watched a biblical tale. Like, this is how religions get started. And I could see if this was like, if I lived in this time period for real, and you flash forward like 1,000 years past this will be written into some holy book and talked about for centuries and worshipped by millions of people. It was that kind of like epic journeyman tale. When you watch the movie, you know what I mean. I thought it was very satisfying. Every act got better. I thought the last 20 minutes were absolutely something else. Very, just fucking great. And endings are always the most important thing to me. How you end the movie, because that's the last thing I leave. And I can't tell you how many times I watch a movie that's great or good, and then the ending just sucks, and I'm so, it kills so much for me. Ending is phenomenal. Phenomenal ending. Really stuck the landing. So, I do got to give it to Dune. 5 stars from me. I think it is pretty much a perfect movie. Is it the greatest movie of all time? I'm not going to rewatch this every year or anything like that. So I don't think it's the greatest movie of all time. It's one of the best sci-fi movies of all time. I think it's definitely one of the best sci-fi movies ever. I think it's definitely up there with Star Wars and all the other great, like Blade Runner. I think it's definitely up there in one of the best sci-fi movies ever. So, easily. Because sci-fi has a lot of movies. But, for every one movie that's great, they have like 100 movies that's trash. So, yeah. So, Alien, to me, is the GOAT of sci-fi. My favorite sci-fi movie ever. Blade Runner 2049 is a GOAT. A New Hope. And, Empire. And Dune 2. That's like the top 5 right there. But, yeah. What do you think of Dune 2? If you saw it, let me know. No spoilers. And, are you hyped for any more Dune? I very much am. And I like they said the name of the movie.